What's up guys, Ghost here, and today we're going to be checking out the new multiplayer footage for Battlefield 4 that was shown at E3 last night. Right now I'm going to let you guys watch the introduction on stage from the guys at DICE, and then we're going to do some heavy analysis of the footage, so enjoy.
So people talk about next generation gaming, but what does that really mean? For us at DICE, it's not just about pretty graphics. It's a total package of emotion, immersion, and being connected that really counts. The next generation of Battlefield stands for many things. Only in Battlefield can you experience destruction and dynamic environments that react to your every move. It's a design we called Levolution. Only in Battlefield will you feel the chaos of all-out war with 64 players all around you. Only in Battlefield will you have the power to dominate air, land, and sea. And only in Battlefield will you experience true team play with your squad.
So in Battlefield 4, we are giving you Commander mode. As a commander, thank you. As a commander, you take a bird's eye view and directly impact the action on the ground. You provide critical intelligence to your team and with powerful assets, and you help turn the tide of the battle.
Alright guys, so I decided to take a quick pause here just to have a look at the screen, as they only actually show it in the live stream here for a couple of seconds, and there's a lot of information to look at. So for any who don't know, command mode was in Battlefield 2142, I think it was also in Battlefield 2, and basically each team gets a commander and you have access to various abilities and weapons. So if we have a little look at the screen here, you can see on the top left you have UAV and EMP. All these abilities aren't showcased in the demo, but we can probably safely assume that EMP is going to be some sort of area-wide disabling of vehicles. UAV is basically infantry scan. That was in the old commander mode in 2142. Vehicle drop is, I'm not sure exactly what vehicle it's going to be, but we can probably go ahead and assume, it's going to be a tank or an LAV or some sort of thing like that. Tomahawk missile, I'm not going to spoil that because you're going to see it up in the trailer ahead, and it's pretty damn awesome, so I'm not going to say anything about that. Vehicle radar, that's pretty self-explanatory, I suppose. Probably going to show up pretty much like UAV for vehicles rather than infantry. High value target, now I'm wondering what that means, if that's a vehicle or that's just a part of the HUD. I'm also wondering why it's showing an objective, one of the conquest flags next to each of the abilities. I'm not really sure what that's all about. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough in the future. And then C-190 gunship, I actually tried to Google this and see exactly what it was. I mean, at first glance, I would think it was something similar to the AC-130. Whether it's going to be piloted by players or it's just going to be like an automatic computer-controlled AI type thing that helps your team, I'm not sure. But once again, it's speculative, but we'll find out in the future. Now here you can see that underneath there we have the objective markers, we have the teams, how many conquest points each team has left, the timer, and then this is actually quite interesting because it says A, C, F, D, B, E, and G. Now, on this map, there are only 5 conquest points. As you can see on the map there, there's A, B, C, D, and E. So I'm wondering what this G and F on there are actually all about, whether those are the deployments or, I don't know, something strange like that. On top of that, there is also an orange bar there, and it looks like to be some sort of a time bar where you can actually use your abilities. The abilities of the commander are extremely powerful, so they're really going to want to make sure, that this isn't a thing that people are going to be whining about. They've got to somehow balance it out, either by having a time mechanic in there, so you can only, I don't know, perhaps launch a missile once every 5 minutes, like real-time minutes or something like that. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. It's probably going to be an issue, I hope it's not going to be like when the AC-130 came out and they had to nerf it to hell. Anyway, to the right of there, we have your squad mates in there, and you will notice that there are actually 5, so there is 5 people within a squad now, not 4, so that's a nice change. I'm not exactly sure why they did it, but I'm always up for having more squad mates, nicer to have more people to spawn on, and more of those lovely squad perks. And to the left of that, actually a really nice feature, they have a camera, a first-person camera of where you're looking, so you can see if there's any dangers incoming if you happen to be in commander mode. Now, at the top right, you can see what looks to be some sort of a battle log interface. and the little icon there looks to be like a back button, so I'm not sure. They are all playing on PCs in this demo, I believe, but it looks to be like the back button on an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller or something, so I'm not sure about that, but it's obvious they're going to be integrating battle log more into the game. You can see how many friends you have online there, achievements, and I'm not really sure what the flag is, but, you know, we'll find out about that again in the future. Below that, I was actually speculating that it would be a good idea to have some sort of a meter that shows how many engineers, you know, recon, how many of each class basically you have in your team, and you know how well diversified is your team, so that will better help you to pick which class you actually want to spawn in as. And that actually looks like it could be something like that, but I don't really get it because there's 2 engineer signs there. I mean, there are 5 icons, so I'm thinking, yeah, it does actually, looking at it now, those icons match up to his squad mates, so it seems like those are these squad mates classes, but I'm not sure what the bar is, and it's got an A at the end there. I really have no idea. Anyway, guys, let's crack on with the video and get into the actual gameplay footage.
Now, Commander Mode is a part of a connected Battlefield experience, which you can enjoy either in your living room or on the go with your tablet. Part of that connected experience is also Battle Log. And this is our social network that lets players communicate and compete with friends. With our new features, you will be able to interact directly with the game anytime, anywhere, and on multiple devices.
So, let's jump into the demo. I'd like to invite Alex on stage to play the game. But to showcase the massive scale and scope, we're going to need a little help. What you're about to see is a multiplayer map called Siege of Shanghai. Isn't that awesome? We have 64 players who will be playing this game live right now. I know. You will be able to tune in all week during E3 to see the 64-player live stream on Battlefield.com straight from our booth. And in this demo, we'll be following Alex and his 5-person squad as they try to capture the control points to dominate the battle. So Alex, take it away.
Alright then, guys, so here we go with the demo. I'm going to be doing a sort of on-the-fly analysis of this thing, so if you haven't watched it, go in the description down below, I'll link it. Go watch that first and then come back here. Now, one of the first things I'm noticing is in the passenger seats here for the helicopter, they've actually marked with a little crosshair reticle there where the gunner seats are and where the passenger seats are. Really nice idea there, because currently in Battlefield 3 they're just small triangles. You have no idea which seat is for a gunner and which seat is just simply a passenger or even a pilot's seat, so that's a nice little touch. Now we can see everybody going down here into the subway, and there's guys on foot, there's guys in tanks, there's guys coming in helicopters, and actually the run speed here seems to be, I'm not sure if it's just me, but it seems to be a bit slower than it actually is in Battlefield 3. Using a brand new weapon there, the CZ-805. This is actually a Czech assault rifle, so I'm not sure whether the class you're playing is the assault class or if it's the medic class. But either way, he's definitely using an assault rifle. Also, in the middle of the screen there, you can see he has a few hotkeys there for his different weapons and attachments. And it appears that number 3, he's got a grenade launcher. He doesn't appear to have a medkit, however. So whether that's just because he has the grenade launcher instead, and he maybe hasn't unlocked the defib yet for key number 4, as you can see that's blank down there. I'm not sure. We're going to find out about that. T there, I'm not sure if that's his secondary sight or if it's a flashlight. It kind of looks like a flashlight, but I'm pretty sure it's to switch to the secondary sight, as they're going to be taking out this tank now. A nice example here of the in-game destruction. So no longer is it just going to be about destroying buildings and pieces of cover, it's going to be about altering the landscape of the battlefield for the remainder of the game. They actually destroyed a complete part of the road there, as Zinto runs up and throws some C4 on that tank. And you can also see there V seems to be to change your fire rate. There's a little ammo indicator down there. So V to change fire rate. He just did a little spot there, so the spot mechanic is the same as it has been in the single player campaign. You do have to take your hand off the weapon, and therefore it's going to be a lot less spammable. Now, the secondary sight he has on his weapon here is a flip scope. So he has the hollow sight on, and he can actually flip up that scope there just to give himself a little bit of extra magnification. And here they are jumping into a boat. He's got a 30mm heavy gun on there by the looks of things. He also launches a tow missile right about now. And you can even see IR smoke up there. So this is just the gunner, sorry, not the gunner seat. This is just the sort of piloting seat of the boat right here, and you can see there's a secondary gunner seat. So these are extremely powerful, and I think it's obvious that boats are going to feature much more prominently in Battlefield 4 than they do in Battlefield 3. No more bailing out of boats. You can see they just got out into 2 jet skis there. Jet skis. Absolutely awesome. So no more will you have to tread in water if an attack helicopter attracts you, and just have to swim away for about 10 minutes just to get to the shore. Look at that destruction. Particles flying everywhere. This is absolutely awesome. Now you can see they're going up to Objective C here, and we actually have an elevator, so that is something completely new here, being able to get up to new heights via elevator. And they're going to go up to the top story here, and it's really going to remind you of close quarters quite a lot, I feel. Suppression here in this game, I haven't noticed much blurriness or massive suppression effects. So, you know, I think it's really something that they've done away with a lot. But they have definitely changed the point system. You see a lot of the time you're going to see suppression assist popping up. So they completely changed the mechanic. I also saw things when they were in the boat, like he got points for missile hit, he got points for a vehicle hit, and random stuff like that. Here we're going to see good old commander mode in action, and you can actually see there that this is actually doable on a tablet. Whether it's going to be doable on you know, iOS devices or Android devices, I'm not sure. But at least tablets, you can play commander mode. I'm not sure how that's going to work if you just sort of sit there and do commandery like things, and the rest of the time you just don't do anything. But I'm sure we're going to find out about that as he uses the Tomahawk missile, there, to take out a couple of tanks and a handful of infantry. Sounds pretty powerful. Now here you can see the screen shaking about everywhere, and that is definitely not good for them. It's not suppression if you thought it was. It is actually the building about to collapse. So this is definitely looking awesome right here as they parachute out of the building. Bit of a oh shit moment here as the building is about to collapse. And that is another feature there of the destructible terrain, so you can actually completely destroy the building. By the looks of things, it didn't really take that much firepower to destroy it. I'm wondering sort of how that's going to work, if there's going to be some sort of a health bar in the building, or it's just going to take a bit of damage there from a helicopter or a tank blast or what. And you can see there the objective point is on top of the rubble, so it doesn't actually get destroyed. The objective point can still be fought over. There you see counter knifing. Not sure how that's going to work, but that's a really nice idea. So I think you will agree, an absolutely awesome trailer right there. Couple of things I didn't quite get to mention because it was just simply such a short trailer right there. I noticed they moved the positioning of the sort of point system on where you kill your enemies, so it's no longer at the bottom of the screen. It now appears very close to your aiming reticle, which I really like, because often you'll shoot somebody, your teammate will kill him, and you will get a kill assist, and then that's sort of feeding you information that the guy is dead and he's no longer a threat. You don't have to worry about him. So it's a good idea, I feel, to have it closer to the reticle, so you don't have to move your eyes to the bottom of the screen and you know, take your gaze away from where you're actually looking. Now, I wanted to show you guys back at the commander screen here, not to look at the commander interface as such, but a little bit about the map design. So here you can see they have 2 objectives either side of this river here in Shanghai, and in the middle, that huge skyscraper flag C, and a bridge connecting either side. So it's obvious here that boat play is going to feature heavily in Battlefield 4. I think they're going to be using the boats sort of, you know, you have the choice, you can go through tanks, over the bridge there, you know, across the sea objective, which is quite obviously going to be one of the biggest hotspots in this map, but you're also going to be able to take the boats, be moseying around there in the river in the middle of the map, shooting people, use them to traverse the river and get across to the other side, go and cap, you know, back cap objectives from the enemy team. So I'm liking the map design so far. This is the only map we've seen. Now there is going to be a lot more play, or not play, but rather, well, play and footage, I suppose, coming in. There are 64 computers over there at E3, and tonight, at least if you live in Europe, it's going to be tonight for us. They're going to start live streaming play that just random people at E3 are playing. So, you know, more likely than not, they're not going to be great players or anything. Hell, it may be players that have never even played Battlefield at all, you know. So don't expect anything great, but it's probably going to be really nice to just see some of the new guns, see some of the new classes, you know, see the new maps. I'm not sure if this is going to be the only map they're going to show there. I know when the beta came out for Battlefield 3, they only had Operation Metro, so I won't be surprised at all if this is the only map that they show. But I'm really excited to see that, really excited to see people in the new helicopter. Bit miffed that it didn't show us the jets, because, you know, as you guys know, I'm quite a big fan of the jets. I like flying them, and I'm really excited to get in the jets and start getting good with those in Battlefield 4, but we will see. Anyway, guys, I want to know what you think of this below. I've tried to cover as many points as I can, as many things as I noticed. I know this was pretty in-depth and analytical, and it's ended up being quite a long video now, but that's just how I am. You know, I like to be thorough as much as I can. If I've missed anything, please point it out down below if there's something you've noticed that I have not. And let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for this game? Are you pleased with the trailer? Would you have liked to see features that you haven't seen yet? Is there anything you're upset about? I mean, mostly I've heard positive feedback from the majority of people, but let me know in the comment section down below and let's get a discussion going. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that thumbs up button down below if you enjoyed. I would be really appreciative, and I will see you soon. Cheers.